Some of you have even asked God this week, God, have you forgotten me? And he's saying, my child, I got you. You're not just part of the 12, you are 12 times 12. I've not forgotten any of my children. And yet we have to face a dragon, a beast, and a harlot, and so we keep doubting. Now, if you don't have a word processor, and John, when he wrote this, did not have a word processor, so had he had a word processor, he would have made this bold, italics, like underlined. But because they didn't, he used numbers to make a point. And how do you make a point? You get symbolic numbers, so you add them together. So we got 12 times 12. I've not lost any of you. And yet someone says, yeah, but I've got this addiction, or more accurately, this addiction has got me. God, I think you forgot me. God says, no, my child, 12 times 12 times 10. I've not forgotten you. Yeah, but do you know what's going on with my family? I don't even know where my child is. And God said, I got you. 12 times 12 times 10 times 10. Yeah, but God, this diagnosis that I've got, I'm gonna live with this and maybe probably die with this. And God's going, no, I got you, child. 12 times 12 times 10 times 10 times 10. There is not a single child of God that he's forgotten about in this world. Come on, he knows what you're going through. And if you can be reminded that you are God's child, then you can face any dragon, any beast, and any harlot. Because remember, they're not going to be destroyed. They are already now in the process of being destroyed. We know how the devil is destroyed. Like he's thrown down by the blood of Christ. These beasts, God is orchestrating it right now. Chapter 16, verse 16. Then they gathered the kings together in the place that in Hebrew is called Armageddon. Armageddon sounds more mysterious than it actually is. It's two Hebrew words, har, which is mountain, Megiddo, which is an actual city. Well, not anymore, it's an archaeological site, but you can go to it. And it sits on top of this tell, and if you stand on top of Megiddo, or if you go to the mountains above Megiddo and you look across the valley, you will see the most fertile valley in all of the Middle East. It is the passageway from north to south and east to west, which is why Megiddo, the city, was placed at the choke point of where all the peoples would pass. This is where dozens of times armies gathered together to fight in the Middle East. In fact, if you go there today, you'll notice planes taking off. You won't see the airport because the military airport base is actually underground. And they fly from underground out to the sky to protect the nation. Right now, today, God is preparing for what we call the Battle of Armageddon. Huddle up. I wouldn't say this in public, but I'll just tell you. There is no Battle of Armageddon. Like Google it in the Bible, you won't find it. There is a gathering of Armageddon. There's a slaughter of Armageddon. But there is no battle of Armageddon. There is no shot fired. There is no bow bent. There is no sword drawn. Listen to the next verse. The seventh angel poured out his bowls into the air, and out of the temple came a loud voice from the throne saying, "It is done." God created this world with a word, and he will bring it to an end with a simple command: it is done.